Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with a brand new video. And today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 first time watches for 2024. 2024 has been a pretty good year with films. There was a lot of great films, as you previously saw, that I did upload my top 10 films that were released in 2024, and there was a lot of great ones that didn't make the list. But I also did watch a lot of films for the first time that came out many years ago, and today I'm going to be talking about the ones that I had the most fun with, the ones that I most enjoyed, my top 10 first time watches of 2024. So that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things and let's get into it. So, greetings and salutations, everybody. Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe, and thank you for joining me for another video. And as I said in the intro, I'm going to be talking about my first time watches, my favourite first time watches of 2024. And I've tried to kind of mix it up with a mix of different genres, but actually, surprisingly, it's two different genres that are pretty much making up the top 10. And to the surprise of no one, horror is quite prevalent, but also comedy, yes. I watched quite a lot of good little comedies last year. So I'm going to start off with a comedy. In at number 10 is a film that I really wanted to watch, and I absolutely loved my time with it. And it's UHF starring Weird Al Yankovic. Wow. Been going through all the Naked Gun films, and this film UHF kept coming up in the mention. Oh, if you like Naked Gun, you're gonna love this. And I think UHF is like one of the best of those style of films. It's so much fun. It's about this slacker played by Weird Al as he works on this failing station to try and get its ratings back up. And surprisingly, he does. He gets the ratings up really quite well, and big media moguls aren't happy about it and try and get the place shut down. But its style of irrelevant humor, over the top shenanigans really does sit well with the viewing audience and gains loads and loads of views. It's a film that you don't definitely watch for the story, but the performances here are great. Weird Al is really good in this. I was a bit worried, would he annoy me? And no, he was a delight throughout. You also do have some fun cameos here, and the jokes land thick and fast. You also have the signature Weird Al style of music, and you also do have some absolutely wonderful, hilarious little mini skits like Spatula City, Conan the Librarian, and probably the most iconic one, Gandhi 2. There's a lot to love here, a lot of style here, a lot of jokes, a lot of great music, and just a fun time. So in at number 10 is UHF. So in at number 9 is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, directed by Shane Black. And this film is such a great time. Not only does this mark the return of Robert Downey Jr. in a leading role, it also was the role that won him his arguably biggest role and made him the biggest name in Hollywood. Iron Man, yes, this film got him the role of Iron Man, and it's easily to see why. He's a wisecracking petty thief who is posing as an actor, and he goes for an audition and he gets entangled up with a murder mystery with a cop played by Val Kilmer, and my word, is it a lot of fun. There's some great humour between the pair of them. There's plenty of style, some great action sequences, and it's just a lot of fun. It definitely does feel like what a modern Lethal Weapon film would be like if it was set in 2005. And it has a very good supporting cast, a lot of fun, and obviously, as it's a Shane Black film, it's set around Christmas time, so it is a perfect film to watch during those times of the year. So, yeah, if you haven't checked out Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, it's such a fun time. So, that's number 9. In at number 8 is another comedy, and it is Hot Shots Part 2. I watched the original Hot Shots prior to this, and to be honest, Hot Shots was fine, but Carrie Airways was pretty good, and there was a couple of funny moments. But for me, Hot Shots Part 2, the jokes come every minute. Like it's constantly never stopping, and even if a joke doesn't work, the next one hits, and it really hits well. There's so many references to great action films, obviously Commando, all the Arnie stuff, Rambo. Oh, it's so much fun. Charlie Sheen's great here. You also do have a good supporting cast here. You also get the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway? You get Rowan Atkinson popping up as well. There's a lot of who's who of American comedy here, and it just works. The film is perfectly paced, doesn't outstay its welcome, and it had me laughing from beginning to end. Such a joy, and probably is my favourite of the Zucker Abrams sort of films, like with like Naked Gun and these hotshot films. But I did really enjoy the Naked Gun trilogy as well, with the third one being my favourite. I'm probably in the minority there, but I really enjoyed the third one. And in at number 8 is Hot Shots Part 2, such a blast of a film. Absolutely loved my time with it. If you haven't checked it out, you're in for a treat. In at number 7 is another comedy film, and this is a musical as well. I do like this series. I have played some of the games, and I've never seen the film. Never really got around to watching the film. So last year, I finally watched South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And my word, was this film hard to find? Yes, it's not really streaming in many places. I think I eventually found it on Amazon Prime, but wow, what a great fun time this is. Back when South Park was at its peak, I do think South Park now is not as good as it used to be, nowhere near. Still far better than what The Simpsons are now, but still quite a bit on a downward trajectory. But South Park, bigger, longer, uncut, is South Park when it was at its highest. Some funny moments here, wow, hilarious moments here. Some really inventive songs, like what would Brian Bortano do? Blame Canada. So many fun moments, some stuff that you would never get away with now. It's definitely like a time capsule of its era, late 90s, rebellious spirit that unfortunately you don't really see much of in films today. But it is a great time. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Obviously, it is South Park. It's late 90s South Park, so if you're easily offended, probably best off not watching. But it's just a blast of a time, so much fun. And I see that the film recently got a 4K release, so I would love to pick this up on 4K. So that's South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. So, in at number 6 is a film directed by Robert Eggers, his first big theatrical film, starring easily my favourite actress at the moment, Anya Taylor-Joy, and that is The Witch, whatever you want to pronounce it, a New England folk tale. And wow, what a great time it is. Robert Eggers' films are certainly, you either love them or you hate them, especially The Witch, and The Lighthouse. I haven't seen The Lighthouse yet, but I did watch The Northman, really enjoyed that, and really enjoyed Nosferatu as well. So I was a little bit worried whether I would be on the side of not liking this one, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was fascinating, really engaging, and perfectly shot. This film isn't very long, I think it's only about 90 minutes, and it keeps you gripped from beginning to end. It's very unnerving, you don't know what the heck is actually going on. And also, the fact is that it's a small ensemble cast with only like about 5 or 6 characters in it, it goes a long way. Anya Taylor-Joy is no surprise how she catapulted to stardom after this film. Ralph Ineson is great here, and it was great to see him in Nosferatu as well. He is such a great actor. And all the other actors and actresses here, like the 2 kids, are very good. And you've also got Kate Dickie, who plays the mother as well. She is fantastic as well. The film just oozes style, and I really like the way how it uses old English in its script. It really does add to a lot of historical accuracy to it. The whole what the heck is this witch thing and how it plays down is fantastic. It is creepy and unnerving, and really did enjoy it. I cannot wait to check out The Lighthouse. Hopefully, for me, it'll be 4 for 4, and I love every single film he's done. I've heard a lot of mixed things about The Lighthouse, but hopefully, I will dig it. But in at number 6 is The Witch, The Witch, The Witch. however you want to pronounce it. Next up in number 5 is a film directed by Wong Kar-wai, and I haven't seen a lot of this director's films, so I was really interested in checking out this film, and I absolutely loved it, and that is Chungking Express. It's about two police officers, two different tales, about two different police officers who fall in love with two different women. The first guy falls in love with like an underworld boss lady who is very mysterious, and the second lady is a young lady who works at a late night restaurant. It's a film that feels like you're in a dream. It's shot in such a dreamlike way that you feel hypnotized by it in a way, and it does have a wonderful soundtrack. I hope you like the Mamas and Papas California Dreamin', because this song is just played throughout, and it does add to the fact of this feeling like a dream. It's a wonderful film, very heartfelt, great performances all round, and a wonderful little story. This film probably not for everybody, but I absolutely adored it and definitely would like to check out the director's other work. So in at number 5 is Chungking Express. In at number 4 is a film that I watched at the tail end of last year, and I heard a lot of people always talk about it, saying how it's brutal and really unnerving. And this was Ben Wheatley's Kill List. Wow, what a film! I really enjoyed it. It's about a hitman after a botched job goes wrong. He takes a year off to spend with his family, and then he gets back into the game, and he's just got to kill three targets. Seem easily enough, and it does seem to be until things take a really messed up and, to be honest, fucked up turn. The film starts off feeling like a gangster film, something akin to like a Long Good Friday, something like that, but then it slowly turns to something very much more creepy, something very much more disturbed. Um, Neil Maskell here is very good in the lead role, but Michael Smiley, who has appeared in a lot of Ben Wheatley's work and also appeared in I think was it Luther with Idris Elba, is fantastic here. The displays of violence here are shocking and unnerving. It is like it feels so realistic. That's why it feels so scary. It's a fantastic film with a jaw-dropping ending. It is brilliant. Go into it not knowing anything at all, and you'll be in for a treat. So in at number 4 is Kill List. In at number 3 is another film that I really didn't expect to watch. This film was kindly sent to me by AIM Publicity, and when I watched it, I was absolutely blown away. And that's Santa Sangria. I didn't know nothing about this film, but it looks very unique. It's a Hodorowski film, so it's going to be out there. But what an immaculate film this is. I really enjoyed this. Follows a young lad who works in a circus and experiences quite a terrible tragedy at a very young age, which ultimately affects his adulthood in many different heartbreaking ways. There's a huge essence here of Psycho through the character and how it affects him in like later life. It has a lot of Hodorowski style to it, and Santa Sangria feels like a film that it's unlike anything you've ever seen. Its music is brilliant. Everything feels like it's shot in like a dreamlike way. It's hard to really describe, but it's just beautiful to watch and beautiful to just experience, and I cannot wait to check out again. It came out in 1989, which surprised me as it feels very kind of modern with how it's shot. It's not a film for everybody, granted, but give it a shot. You may be surprised how much you enjoyed it. I know I certainly did. It's an incredible film, and it may even make my top 100 films of all time. It's that brilliant. One film that certainly will make my top 100 films of all time and is in straight at number 2 is Raw, directed by Julia Ducournau. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I did watch her newest film, Titan, which I thought was fantastic. And I always wanted to check out Raw, but I didn't really know too much about it. But when I checked it out this year, I absolutely loved it. It's a perfect, terrifying film that really does keep you on the edge of your seat. It's about this young girl who is wanting to train to be a vet, and she's also in a family of vegans. and she goes to university for the first time, and she gets involved with like all the different rituals and all that, and then she finally tastes meat for the first time, and it's kind of like an awakening for her with quite horrific effects. It's a fantastic film with a great lead performance. There is essence here of ginger snaps, and there is such a moody, sort of giallo-esque soundtrack that plays throughout the film that adds so much sort of gravitas and creepiness to the whole project. It is a superb film, and I really cannot wait to watch this film again. I did pick it up a couple of months ago from HMV. Would love to watch it again. It's definitely a film that has made my top 100, and that is a video that I would love to make my top 100 films of all time, which I may do later on down the road. But in at number 2 is the wonderful, brilliant Raw. And number 1 is a film that a lot of people have seen and a lot of people love, but for me, last year was the first time I ever watched it. And I watched it at the tail end of last year, and that was American Psycho. And what a fantastic film. As soon as the film started, I was glued to it from beginning to end. I thought it was a fantastic and fascinating study of Christian Bale's character. I thought he was brilliant in the role. It's about a New York investment banker executive hiding his sort of psychopathic alter ego from his co-workers and friends, and seeing how his personality changes throughout the film and everything escalates is just fantastic. It's got a great cast in it as well. You got Reese Witherspoon in it, Justin Theroux, also Jared Leto, and also, as always, the ever brilliant Willem Dafoe. It's a story that just is brilliant from beginning to end with so much style, so many fun references that I've seen other films take off, and a lot of stuff that's also in pulp culture zeitgeist now. But yeah, for the first time watching this, I absolutely adored this. I do have this on Blu-ray, but I definitely want to upgrade it to 4K and get a nice 4K limited edition of this because it's such a fantastic film. It feels so modern for a film that's like 25 years old now. How the heck is this film 25 years old? It's unbelievable. It's stylish, it's creative, it's very much unlike anything you get from films nowadays, and I really, really enjoyed it. I don't think the director, Mary Harron, has done really much apart from American Psycho. I think she also did direct an episode of Doctor Who a few years ago, and I think she did do a film called Charlie Says with Matt Smith. But apart from that, I don't think she's really done a lot, and that's a shame because she's a very, very talented director, and what an incredible film. And as Raw's in my top 100, you can bet your bottom dollar that American Psycho is such a brilliant film, fantastic soundtrack, incredible performance by Christian Bale. It's no wonder that he's gone on to great success. And yeah, even Jared Leto's great here. Brilliant film, my favourite first time watch of the year. So yeah, that's my top 10 first time watches of 2024. I did watch a few other films that didn't make the list, but I'm very happy with my list here. It was actually quite a nice little list of variety. It was like 50% horror, 50% comedy, which comedy, as I said, isn't really a genre that I gel too well with because I find a lot of modern comedy films not that funny. But anyway, why don't you tell me some of your favourite first time watches of last year in the comment section down below, and tell me if you've seen any of the films that I've seen. Let's have a great discussion about it in the comment section down below. So you take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye!